We're out here this morning in the garden to harvest our sweet potatoes. It is supposed to storm this weekend, and I've been kind of letting the sweet potatoes go and grow, and they were still blooming a few weeks ago. So I was trying to leave some of the flowers for the butterflies and the bees. But since it's going to storm, I don't want to leave them in the ground any longer. I'm afraid that if they get a big rainstorm right now, they're going to then start rotting in the ground. So I'm just a little worried. That's what we're going to do today, is we're going to try to harvest and see what we have actually in here. I don't know what's going to come up from this ground. And I don't know if I can dig in this ground because we haven't had rain in 2 months now, maybe. So the ground is very, very hard and dry over here. I haven't been watering the sweet potatoes over here. I've been just letting them grow. Maybe that's a mistake. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's get started. Oh, Lord, this ground is so hard. Crap. I don't know if I'm going to be able to dig any of this up. Maybe I should have been watering. There's some tomatoes. My randomly growing tomatoes in here. Those aren't very good though. Here you go, chickens. Okay, I know there are sweet potatoes in here because I saw them the other day. Let's see, where are you, sweet potatoes? I literally pulled some out of the ground the other day. I'm gonna be so disappointed if I can't get any. Found a tiny one. A little one. That's not gonna be enough for a meal. Well, there's a little bit bigger one. Okay, we're finding a few. All right, so I found some more. I decided to ditch the shovel and just use my hands and look for the ones that I can find because they've been mounding up. So they've been pushing up the dirt. Whoops. I might have to use the shovel a little bit, but it's a lot easier just to find them without the shovel. So I have several different kinds of sweet potatoes. Why? Because I went to the store and I bought the ones that were at the store, and I grew slips from them and then planted those out. So I don't even know what these actually are. I just am growing them. But, so we have this one. This one's like a white skinned white sweet potato. And then I have this other one, if I can get it out. This one is a red skinned white sweet potato. I am supposed to have your standard, orange sweet potato, but I haven't found any of those yet. Holy crap, this is a huge sweet potato. Oh my gosh, hold on, I have to show this. Good grief. Okay, look at this monster in here. This is as big as my hand. Okay, I got to try to figure out how to dig this out. Give me a second. Let's get our shovel and see how big that one is. Trying not to like get another one right next to it, but I don't want to mess up either. Get that little guy out the way. Oh my gosh. Look at how big this is. Oh my gosh, it's as big as my head. That is ridiculous. It has a little bit of bug damage at the bottom, but that's fine. It's still edible. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. That's so funny. Let's see if there's any more. Has a few little holes in it from some bugs. Well, it's not the biggest harvest, and I think I still have some to come dig up, but I'm going to just stop for today. This is, a fairly good amount. I did not find any sweet potatoes, though, that were your traditional sweet potato. So I think those ended up being maybe not growing. I think those ended up not growing. So maybe what we learned is the other variety. These I think were organic. Both of these varieties were organic, and I think the other one may not have been. So it could have been sprayed with pesticides or something, and then that's why it didn't grow. I was able to get slips from it when I did it in the beginning of the year, or March. But I'm guessing those slips did not produce anything because I have not discovered any of your like traditional red like outside and then orange inside. We'll try maybe buying some slips this year. I was being cheap and didn't want to do that, so I went to the grocery store and bought just regular potatoes from the store. These were, I don't know what variety, some kind of random thing that was at the store. And then I put them in soil. I think I put them in soil and water. I don't remember. And I let them grow slips, and then I planted the slips out in the springtime. So they've been growing for a really long time. Didn't get as many as I would like, but like I said, I think there are more underneath here. I'm just trying not to dig up the whole entire thing. I'm trying to let them I'm doing a little experiment, try to let them grow a little bit more. But what I'm gonna do with these ones that I did harvest, they are going to go lay out to sort of cure. Just like a lot of root vegetables, you want them to cure and form a nice little hard skin, especially like these purple ones. They scratch like super easily. But if you let them dry out, they will form a little skin over those spots that you've scratched up, and they're fine. But the skin is like super paper thin. You don't even have to do anything if you want to eat this. Like, don't even worry about peeling the skin off because it's like paper thin. But they need to cure for probably a week or so, maybe longer. I don't remember how long I cured the other ones because I already pulled up a few. I've really just eaten them already, so I really haven't worried about curing them. I am going to try to cure these this is not going to last us very long anyway. We're probably going to go through this, in a month or two. Especially with Thanksgiving coming up, I want to make a sweet potato casserole with some of these because I'm really excited about that. Yeah, so hopefully next year I'll grow some more. I was being really cheap this year and I didn't want to spend money on buying slips, so I'm going to try to save a couple of these to make some slips for next year, and maybe we'll do a little better job of growing them for the next year. Thanks for watching.